Welcome to Standard 9 Social Science. I am Saktivel Murugan, Social Science teacher. Economics Unit 2 Employment in India and Tamil Nadu. Introduction. You know very well the basic needs of every human being are food, clothes, and shelter. In the present world, one more essential need has to be added in this list. That is employment. To survive in the world, we all need employment to earn money. Those who are engaged in economic activities in whatever capacity, high or low, are called employees. People who employ these workers and pay rewards for their work are called the employers. Labor forces of the economy is the number of people in the country who work and also capable of working. We take the age group of 15 to 60 years for the computation of workforce. Persons who are less than 15 years are considered as children, and persons who have crossed 60 years of age are excluded as they are not physically fit to undertake productive occupation. If larger percentage of population is accounted by children and old age persons, then the progress of the country would be very slow, as the working force is very small. Besides, the small working force will have to maintain larger non-working force for feeding out of the small national product. Employment structure. Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. These are the structure of the employment in our country. Let us see about it. The nature of employment in India is multi-dimensional. Some get employment throughout the year. Some others get employed for only a few months in a year. The economy is classified into three: primary or agriculture sector, secondary or industrial sector, and tertiary or service sector. Sectors of economy. This clearly implies about the sectors. Basis of economic activity: primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sectors. Basis on organization: organized and unorganized. Basis on ownership: private sector, public sector. The structure of employment denotes the number of workers engaged in different sectors of the economy. The occupational pattern varies from one country to another. One can find in developing countries like India that a large workforce will be engaged in primary sector, while a small proportion in secondary and tertiary sectors. Whereas in well-developed countries, the proportion of workforce engaged in agriculture will be very small, and a majority of labor force will be in the industrial and tertiary sectors. Employment has always featured as an important element of development policy in India. Employment growth has increased at an average rate of 2% during the past 4 decades since 1972-73. Types of employment: organized and unorganized sectors. Organized sector. The organized sector is one that is incorporated with the appropriate authority or government and follows rules and regulations. In India, employees of central and state governments, banks, railways, insurance industry, and so on can be called as organized sector. This sector works according to the certain rules and regulations given in the law. Organized sector has some formal process and procedures. The employees in this sector are provided with job security and receive higher wages than those of the unorganized sectors. Organized sector gives good salary, fixed working hours, paid holidays, and provides medical allowances and insurance also. Unorganized sector. The unorganized sector of the economy characterized by the household manufacturing activity and small scale industry. Jobs here are low paid and often not regular. Mostly they do not have paid leave, holiday, leave due to sickness, and so on. Employment is not secure. When there is no work, people are asked to the job. This sector includes a large number of people who are employed on own doing small jobs such as selling on the street, doing repair work, and so on. In the unorganized sector, the employment terms are not fixed and regular. They do not enjoy any special benefits or job security. These enterprises are not registered with the government. Public and private sectors. Public sectors mean only owned by the government, central government, or it may be a state government. Its aim is to service to the people. Fully owned by the government. Either it may be a central government or it may be a state government. Wages paid by the government. Private sectors. Their main motive is profit motive. Though private individuals owns the assets of the sector. Wages are paid the owner of the private enterprises. Public sector example: NLC, Neyveli Lignite Corporation, SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited, PSNL, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. Private sectors: TVS, Ashok Leyland, Tata, etc. Employment pattern. In recent years, there has been a change in the employment pattern, and this has helped the employers to develop more flexible working pattern among their employees. The trends are increasing self-employment, firms using fewer full-time employees and tending to offer more short-term contracts. There has been a growth in part-time employment. This may be due to lifestyle of the people. Employment trends in Tamil Nadu. Agriculture, despite a sharp decline in gross domestic product, continues to be the largest employer in Tamil Nadu. This is because the non-agricultural sector are yet to be generate enough employment to a shift of labor force. Most of the employment growth in Tamil Nadu has been contributed by the unorganized and informal sectors. So students, I hope you may be understand about the employment structure that is in the three, namely primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sectors. After that, the types of employment: organized sector and unorganized sector. After that, we learned public sector and private sectors also. Finally, we learned about the employment pattern of our country and our states also. Yes. Thank you, students. Bye.